Hi everyone, it's Julie. Today we are going to explore the newness of Dior. They have just reformulated their iconic Dior Forever Skin Glow foundation. This is the new packaging and the new formula, which has lots of benefits. It has an SPF, it has niacinamide, it has peptides, it's 24 hours of wear, it's going to have a soft focus filtering effect. And then I've also picked up one of the new limited edition 5-color eyeshadow palettes from Dior. So if you would like to see how this new foundation and how the new formulation of eyeshadows performs, come and watch this video. Please like, please subscribe, and come along. Let's get into some Dior today. I just received this in the mail. This is from Christian Dior's website. They always do such a good job of packaging and samples. They have a wonderful reward system based on how much you purchase. There's different tiers. I think that I'm like right now a silver, a pearl, silver, gold, and platinum, I believe, and you get such wonderful gifts and samples. I highly recommend ordering from the Dior.com website. Inside the box, I have just a few items I ordered this time. I wanted to review for you guys the new foundation. I have some samples. They gave me a little cute little Dior pouch, some fragrances. So I've got the Dior Homme for men. My husband really likes Dior. And then I've got the Sauvage. So gave me a Forever Skin Glow. So they gave me a sample of what I purchased. Christian Dior On Off La Mousse. This purchase is eligible for a brush set that I'm really excited about. So the next purchase I make, I'll make sure to add that to my basket. I have the new Skin Glow foundation and a new eyeshadow quint. We will try those on today. I picked up the newly reformulated Dior Forever Skin Glow in shade 2N. Typically I'm a 2N. I did try the 2.5N in the stick and it was just a little bit too dark. This formula, out of the two formulas, has a flawless, radiant, skin true foundation appearance. It's 24 hours makeup wear, so it's tested on skin to last up to 24 hours. Now, of course, we do not wear makeup for that long, but just in case you need it, it will be 24 hours of makeup wear. There's no retouch required. It is a triple action care with sunscreen, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and peptides. The active ingredients in the foundation are octasalate 4.50% and titanium dioxide 4.23% sunscreen, SPF 25. Now I do wear a sunscreen underneath my foundation at all times. I highly recommend that. This is what the bottle looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the beautiful shine. I absolutely love, I guess it's called the oblique design, where the Dior logo is vertical. Now this is the Skin Glow, so it's going to have more of that shiny glass, where the other formula that they've also re-released is the Dior Forever Skin Wear, which is the matte formula for people that want no shine. So it's going to have a matte. Now a lot of people really love the font on the back of the bottle. It's very large, easy to read, and you'll see the color right here. So Dior has launched two new reformulated Dior Forever foundations. I had tried the original Forever. Here is the original Dior Forever matte formula, and it was just a little bit heavy. It's a very thin, beautiful foundation. A lot of people like this foundation, but on my skin, I take really good care of my skin. It just was a little bit too heavy on me, even though it was a very thin formula. I have high hopes for this one. I really do prefer more of a glow in my 40s. I am going to be 46 this year, so we're going to try the new formula. And what I normally do is I'll normally put it on with fingers. Beautiful bottle. I'm going to do it like this. I put a little bit on my fingertip. So there it is. You can see that it's liquid, but it's not like runny. It's just staying put. It's kind of creamy, Wonder how this compares to the matte formula. And I'm going to move in nice and close for you. And we're just going to apply this with fingertips first. So again, this color is 2N. I like the feeling of Dior's foundations on my fingers. They are so much like skin care. The Dior formulations are so much like skincare. It's really a pleasure to feel it with your finger, applying and smoothing onto your skin. Now I do have all my skincare on, moisturizer, sunscreen, and this is going on really nice. I'm rubbing my fingertips together and it's already like a powdery finish. It's not greasy. I can see already that this glow compared to the other formula is a lot more natural. I really like it so far. So let's go in and do just a little bit more. I'm just doing small amounts. I don't like to use more than I need. And then if we need to, we can come back with a beauty blender and just kind of absorb any extra product that we might need to absorb. I'm going to pick up a magnifying mirror and take a look at that really quickly. Seamless on the skin. The fragrance is there, but it's not overpowering like some of the past formulas. It's just a really clean smell. And it's streak free. It is pore diminishing, even though it's a glow. It has a really nice coverage. And this is the difference. Obviously, I've not put any on my forehead, but this is the difference between no makeup and the side with the Dior. It's a pretty good match, wouldn't you say? Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit more on my fingertip. Of course, a brush would be quicker. Has some good coverage. It's evening out, you know, discoloration from sun damage. And the true test will be if it will cover this blemish I have. I do not break out ever. In my 40s, I have really good skin. I don't break out. I don't buy acne products. But today I found myself going to Walgreens and picking up the Zit sticker. I forget what it's called. It's called Killer. It's going to flatten this pimple. I'm going to put it on tonight. It has the micro needles on it. And we're going to try that out and see if it'll flatten my my pimple that I have. I think it's a cystic pimple. It's really deep in the skin, maybe hormonal. Okay, this is really beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see it's evened out the redness in a very thin layer. It's got a glow, just like my skin without makeup on. With the skincare, it has this glow. It doesn't take away from the glow of real skin. We're going to do the other side with the pimple. Let's see how it does with the pimple. I've just gotten away from using foundation brushes. I feel like, you know, you waste a lot of product. It doesn't give you the most seamless blend. I guess it depends on the brush that you purchase. But fingers, there's nothing like fingers. I'm a fine artist, and you know, I've used fingers in my art to apply different mediums, and fingers are so miraculous with makeup. Just really perfecting. And you can see that that definitely diminishes that pimple. I'm using this under the eyes. I don't see any creasing. Really love the smoothness of this formula. And I think this color is really good because Dior foundations tend to, you know, slightly oxidize. So you have to keep that in mind. Like what looks good the first moment you put it on could turn a little bit dark. Okay. Wish I had my normal mirror. I do have the Dior Forever Concealer. We could use that on the pimple and see how that does, or we could just stay with this and just see if we need it. It's a little bit on the nose. Every time Dior releases something new, I feel like it's just so exciting. Their launches are always really exciting. I love that about Dior. Their color stories. So don't forget I have that new eyeshadow quint to try as well. I'm going to really put it on the nose because this is where I typically will lose coverage. And I'm just going to take a little bit and go down the neck, just a little bit. Just so everything is seamless. I like the smell. It's not like a sunscreen smell, but it's got that beachy kind of, like the wind blows and you smell like the freshness of a freshly showered skin. I don't know how. It reminds me of summer. I like it. Let's take a little bit more and let's just go on that blemish. Just a shame that I have that, but it's probably good for some of us that don't have such smooth skin just to see how it performs over a blemish. And I think that's just really beautiful. We could try more coverage, but I don't want to use more than is necessary. Okay, so this is shade 2N on my skin. Now I'm going to go in with the Dior Forever Concealer Skin Corrector in shade 2CR, which is Cool Rosy. We're going to do some quick Dior eyebrows using the Brow Styler in dark brown. We're going to let this concealer kind of set a little bit before blending it away. And now I'm just going to use one of my Saint brushes. This is the Saint Detail brush. It's got a really fluffy end on it. And I'm going to blend away the concealer. Just kind of blend that in a little bit. Pat it in. It's going to be a lot more coverage when you let it set a little bit before blending. And I probably could go a little bit lighter than the 2CR in this formula. But at the time I was using a darker foundation, so I'm gonna go down the center of my nose. I didn't put a lot because I don't want to take away from the foundation. Just did a little bit above the brow. And a little bit on each side of the nose. So I would assume that most likely Dior will want to change the packaging of the concealer as well to match the newly reformulated Forever foundation. So we'll probably do that oblique design, the logo down the side as well. Let me look at this in a magnifying mirror and make sure that everything is seamless. Looks good. And we are ready to apply some of the new eyeshadows. I cannot wait to try. Here is the Dior Quint. It's a 5-color eyeshadow. It's a limited edition. They launched 4 different variations, and I just love this one. This is called 964 Lilac Tulle. This one really caught my attention because unlike the others, it had a color story that was more reminiscent of the Dior era where John Galliano was the lead clothing designer. And it's got kind of like this faux canage bag texture. I don't know. Some people might think it looks cheap. It's matte. It's not shiny like their typical Dior palettes are. It would have been nice to see some cohesion with the packaging here, seeing that Dior oblique logo down the side. It looks nice. It looks sturdy. But yes, it does have that kind of, like, people were talking about the Urban Decay palettes, the new Naked Shape palettes looking cheap. To me, this one kind of has that feel, but I don't really care. I'm looking for a good eyeshadow, and I'm hearing that Dior has really done a good job with this new formula. It's much more creamy, less powdery. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? So you know what, let's go ahead and swatch. Let's go ahead and do it. So let's start with the, ooh, very soft. We're going to place these right here. Let's see if I can get it to some. Okay, do right here. This is a beautiful pearlescent, not glittery, white color. This is more of a matte pearl. It has less sheen, but the color is what we're looking for here. It's just gorgeous. Kind of a periwinkle. For this dark one. Middle shade. All right, that one is beautiful. This last shade is absolutely shimmery and beautiful. Because this is so high shine and shimmery, I'm going to actually use my finger with this one. I'm going to apply it directly to my eyelid. And it just goes on like silk. It's so beautiful. It's like a taupey lavender. I'll layer it on nice and good. We'll just use the mirror in here. Actually, it's easier to just use the mirror in this compact. Ooh, that is so pretty. Beautiful. That is stunning. Sometimes I like to line my eyes before I go any further with the remaining shadows. It just kind of helps me know where to go with them because there's lots of different variations that you could create using a Quint or a palette that has more than 2 or 3 eyeshadows. So I have the Dior Proof eyeliner. I believe that this is brown. Satin brown. I had thought I had picked up black, but I got satin brown. So we're going to try this today. This pen right out of the box worked. Like you didn't have to shake it or anything. It's got a lot of juice in it, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and line the eyes with this. It just glides right on, and it's so dark. It's a dark brown. It's not reddish. It's not yellowy. So it almost looks like black. It's just a lot softer. And my lashes that I have on are Lilac Street Brazil lashes. They are an at-home lash extension. I'm going to take this dark burgundy color and I'm going to go into my crease with that using my Saint eyeshadow brush. Just maybe, it doesn't look like there's a lot of fallout, so that's great. I'm just going to use the mirror that comes with the product. And we're going to create that crease. Since I have kind of a hooded eye, aging, the skin is just getting a lot more slack. And we're not going to overwhelm the whole eye area with this, so I'm just going to keep it concentrated right in this area, and then we'll use some of the other colors to diffuse. And I can tell you, I have not used Dior eyeshadows in forever. And I had heard the complaints about how the formulas were no longer as creamy and vibrant and pigmented. They were very powdery because they had gone all natural with their ingredients. But I can tell you that this is very pigmented, easy to apply. Okay, not sure if I want to take this color underneath my lash line, but I'm considering it. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this bluish purple tone, and I'm going to apply that. Let's see. Very pigmented. I'm just loving that there's not a lot of fallout. We are going to apply this right in this pocket here over that shimmery shade that we had first applied, and we're going to let those kind of blend together. But being very mindful not to go too much with this bluish color over the red color, because it could look a little bruised. So you have to be very strategic. So I'm working this color into the corner and underneath the red into that very deep crease. And coming all the way into the inner corner. So you can see the difference that really, it's very reminiscent of classic John Galliano era Dior. It also kind of reminds me of Dior before John Galliano. Back in the 80s and 90s, they had an artist known as Tien, and he created the color stories. Okay, that is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. We have to open up this eye a little bit. Let's figure out what we're going to do. I'm going to use this light purple pink shade to kind of diffuse that reddish tone. Let's see how it works. I'm going to go in there with the small side first. And we are going to just, ooh, like it. It's like turning the red shimmery, softening it just a little bit. And we're just going to blend. Just kind of airbrushes everything. Has a beautiful pearl to it. A lot of people are not comfortable putting that on that part of the skin here right above this, a pearly shade, but I'm gonna give it a try today. And I'm also going to take that color underneath the lash line here. And then let's go with that white color, just kind of up here underneath the arch. Maybe in the inner corner too. Beautiful highlighter. Ooh. That is gorgeous in the inner corner. Like, even though it's not like ultra shimmery and wet looking, like that center shade. I love how the colors mesh together. They're so pretty. A little bit of eyeliner on the bottom. So on the bottom. I don't have a pencil from Dior. Blend a little bit. And diffuse. I have the Dior Overcurl. I think it's what it's called, the Overcurl. Dior Show Overcurl in black. We're going to apply that to the bottom. I have the Dior Contour Stick. This is number 3 medium. My foundation has been on my skin for about 20 minutes recording this video. So I'm kind of afraid to just swipe this on. I'm going to take a brush and just kind of, ooh, see how much pigment that is? Ooh, glad I didn't put that directly on my face. It's, ooh, probably needed to go with the shade 2. Might have to use my beauty blender. But I'm just going right on top of the Skin Glow. And this is going to kind of take away from that blemish just a little bit. So it's very creamy. You don't need to overdo it with this product. And they have since released the bronzing sticks, which are very popular. And of course, their powder bronzer. Very intrigued and wanting to try that as well. Just going to use a little bit of this on my, this is a Saint brush. This is the Pilot brush, and it is very wonderful. It's double-ended, super easy to use. I really like it. And I think this this contour works really well with the brush. Because otherwise, it's just going to go on too heavy. I'm going to kind of press everything in. Feels like it's pretty set, the foundation. And it has retained the glow. I've heard other YouTubers talking about how it wasn't glowy enough for them. Well, I have normal to oily skin. Dehydrated, probably. But definitely not dry. And there is that contour stick. I think since everything is very glowy, it's beautiful, but I don't want to overdo it with the glow. I like to contrast the look with a powder. I've got the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow. This is the original, the pink. And I'm just going to apply that with a very soft brush. Here's one right here. And just kind of lightly mattify at the same time. And I think this will contrast nicely with the radiance that I have achieved, and this will go wonderfully with the eye look as well. And I decided to wear black today because these colors are just so vibrant. You know, black is a wonderful shade that you can wear in your clothing to wear and experiment with more of these artistic color schemes and stories. So you want to have some nice items that are black in your wardrobe or even white. And I think that, you know, it has that ability to make the eye look front and center when you wear black. I also have the Dior Backstage illuminating palette in Frosted Opal Glow. I really, really like the white color in this, so we're just going to add a little bit of that to the cheeks. It's very pretty. Down the center of the nose. And of course, we'll have to do a wear test. I live in Florida, so I have a baseball game to attend, my son's baseball game, and we're going to kind of check back in with you later and just make sure that everything is holding up. It's truly forever. Let's do a little bit of the Dior Forever Nude Radiance Filter in Luminescent. This is just this sheer, the translucent. And of course, mine is filthy because I use it quite a bit. And we're just going to kind of go over the center of the face. I don't want to take away too much from the glow of the foundation. Looks like it's retaining the glow, so that's good. 2N definitely has oxidized just slightly, but again, I have on that contour stick. I'm going to use the Dior contour stick. These are very long wearing lip liners. They're fantastic. They kind of remind me of the Urban Decay, but I think these are actually longer wearing. This is Nude Ribbons 259. We're going to finish off the look with the new Dior On Stage lipsticks in Iconic Rose. These lipsticks are amazing. I get compliments on this color. The applicator is so perfect for the shape of your lips. This color is amazing. And it's shiny and it's long wearing. And the feeling of this product just feels so comforting, so delicious. And like I said, it will be with you all day. Now the shine does dissipate just slightly, but it's a wonderful product. It's a wonderful product. And they are sold out of several of the colors online. I do have the Dior Forever setting spray. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on one side only and just see if it makes a really big difference. I'm going to leave one side with just the foundation, and then I'm going to do this side. Let's do this side with the pimple with the spray and this side without the pimple without the spray, and just see how much this makes a difference. I love the mister on this. It's just really smooth. It's flawless. And the smell does have a really nice Dior smell to it. It does give a little bit of a glow too, so just keep that in mind. Okay guys, it is 2:37 p.m. I probably started this makeup application around 1:30 p.m. I'm at the baseball field. I just wanted to show you what the foundation looks like in kind of a natural lighting. I don't want to stand outside directly because the sun is very bright and it won't give you a true look at the foundation. So this side is the side with the blemish. I have set this side with the Dior Forever Setting Mist. And this side is not set with the setting mist. So what we're going to do is we'll check back, you know, frequently throughout the day. We'll check back after the game. It is currently 82 degrees
in March. So we will definitely check. We'll check on the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are absolutely gorgeous. Of course, we'll have to try out some different combinations, but this is definitely more of an evening eye, I believe. There are some colors that I could wear during the day, like this color here, this periwinkle shade is really pretty. I could just use that alone. So we'll check back. I just wanted to show you the glow that this makeup has. It absolutely does have a glow, especially on a normal to oily skin. Possibly a drier skin, it might absorb a lot of that glow finish. I have seen people talk about how it's not as glowy as the original. So we'll check back. I'll let you know. Just wanted to show you the timestamp, or tell you the timestamp at where we are. It is 2:38. We'll check back in a few hours. It's now 4 hours later. I do not have good lighting, but I can clearly see that this foundation and the lipstick and the eyeshadows are all still very much flawless and in place. I'm really impressed with the glow that it has. It's not shiny, it's not greasy looking. I'm actually very surprised that this is called the Glow Formula. I can see what the other reviewers mean by this, because I had tried the previous Formula Glow and it was greasy on me. I did not like it, but this one I do like. I like the way, even though I wear glasses, it has not removed any of the makeup around my nose. I will be sure to check in a few hours from now to do a final review of the longevity of this product. But I am very impressed, because remember, I was outside at a ball game earlier today in 80-degree weather. So this is very, very impressive. My makeup is still in place. I'm very impressed with this lipstick, which is also part of the Dior Forever complexion, and the eyeshadows. Everything is A+ so far. So we'll check back in a few hours. Hi guys, welcome back. It is now almost 9 o'clock. It's 8:50 p.m. I have had this foundation on since about 1:30 p.m. when I began applying it. And again, this is the Dior Forever Skin Glow. This is the newly reformulated foundation from Dior. This is supposed to be a 24-hour long wear foundation. It's filtering, also going to help blur. It has niacinamide, peptides, SPF, and it's no retouch required. So I have literally not retouched at all. I have not powdered my face since 1:30 p.m. I have also not retouched my lipstick. The lipstick that I am wearing is the Dior Forever On Stage in Iconic Pink or Iconic Rose. It's one of those two. I mentioned it earlier in the film. I have on the new Dior 5-color eyeshadow, and this is is it the Lilac Tulle? Can't remember the name of that either, guys, but how gorgeous is that? It's lasted all day. Lips have lasted. I've had lunch, I've had dinner, I've had snacks since I have put this on. I've not retouched it at all. The blush is still there. The foundation is still there. And yes, we have a glow still. We do have a glow. We probably want to powder in these areas here. But for not retouching, this is a great foundation. This is awesome. I am about to turn 46 in July, and I prefer a glowy finish. I prefer a radiant finish. I don't like greasy, so that's why I really am enjoying this foundation. I've noticed that matte foundations have been a little bit more drying on my skin as I get older. I have not tried the new reformulated Dior Forever Wear foundation, which is a replacement for the matte formula that preceded it. I would be curious in trying that, but I like this a lot. I think just a little bit of a touch-up powder throughout the day just to control, maybe even some oil absorbing blotting sheets, but I'm feeling my skin. There's no slickness to it. It is completely dry, skin-like to the touch, not powdery. This looks really pretty. I think I would probably get compliments on this, but it is gorgeous. It's a A+ for longevity. The lip products that they're coming out with at Dior are phenomenal. This new eyeshadow formula that they've used to create these new 5-color limited edition eyeshadows is like old school Dior. These are beautiful. They're easy to apply. They have great color payoff. They don't fade. This has been in place just the same colors that I applied earlier. It is wonderful. So I thank you guys for stopping by and watching my videos. It would mean a lot to me if you liked the videos, if you subscribed. And with that said, I hope this helps you in your decision for whether to buy the new Dior products. I am really happy with these. I was not a big fan of the foundation stick. I was not a big fan of the previous Dior Forever foundations, but this is definitely an improvement. Love it a lot. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.